Welcome. Tonight we are going to open Blokees Transformers Galaxy version 9. This is another box that I've gotten from AliExpress. I have a link in the description of where I bought it, but always double check your prices to see if there's another store that's selling it cheaper. That's just where I happened to got it. It seemed to be the cheapest at the time. They delivered it in a good condition, well packed, and the final delivery was handed off to the U.S. Postal Service. So here's our box. We've got the top of the box with hey Firewall, how you doing? I'm doing great. So we got the top of the box with our art. We got the front of the box with more art. The figures we're going to get. The special figure is going to be, let's see if we can get this close in. This kind of half and half Megatron. It's the reformatted Megatron from I believe the 86 movie. I think that's what it's supposed to represent. We've got Unicron, Trypticon, Bombshell, Dirge, Jetfire, Mirage, Springer, RC, and then there's the regular Megatron, which is going to be, I believe it's going to work out to be a 1 in 5. If I remember right. And this is going to be a 5 in 6. And this should be a 1 in 6. I think that's how it works out if I remember right. You excited, Firewall? Because so am I. I'm kind of excited to get a Megatron with the new articulation, especially. And also we're going to fill out some of our groups. We're going to have our last Insecticon. We're going to have our last Conehead to get. We're going to fill out our 86 movie Autobots, except for Cup. We're still missing Cup. And then I want to see how big Jetfire is going to turn out to be. Yep. Yeah, you like Trypticon as your favorite Titan. My favorite happens to be Scorponok, but Trypticon's pretty badass. He would be my second, definitely. All right, so the front box, side of the box, just a logo, another logo. The back just has the text, and the bottom is completely blank. Are we ready to dig in? Let's get the plastic off. Bombshell is my favorite Insecticon. I do agree with you that Firewall. With you on that, Firewall. I think when I was a kid, the first Insecticon I got was Kickback, but I like Bombshell better. All right, got most of it off here. Then we got this. Okay. All right. So, did they, Firewall, you said the Jurassic Park second wave looks good. I have not ordered it yet. I'm looking for a good price right now on AliExpress. There's no great prices. If it comes to US before I find a decent price, I may order that wave directly from Blokees. I believe $35 per box is going to be the price to beat. And I have some other things I want to get from Blokees. I'm probably going to get, I want to get the Action Edition Tarn. Oops, I think I usually start with, I'm going to actually do this the way I usually do. I'm going to start with that box. I want to get Tarn. I may get the clear Unicron head. I'm not totally sold on that. All right. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit for the box. So got some nice art of Megatron on there. There's our figures. Then we got Megatron actual size schematic on the back. Then we got Trypticon on the side, which I think is a good call. Does he come with a blast effect? It's not on the box. I wish if they put blast effects on the art that they would give us a blast effect. We'll see. I am going to get the Bumblebee, definitely. I know where I can get it locally. I just haven't popped in yet to buy it. I bought a couple of figures ahead of it. I've not seen Dark of the Moon Megatron. Honestly, the Bayverse Megatron Decepticons in general don't really appeal to me that much. If I see it locally, I'll grab it. I don't think I am going to order it from anywhere, though. Right now, the classics I want to get a hold of still are Megatronus from the Transformers 1 movie. I need to get Soundwave from not Soundwave. Let's cut this open. Not Soundwave, Shockwave from Transformers 1. I don't have Ironhide from Transformers 1, but that's another one of those figures where it's not a priority for me. Kind of get it when I get it, and I know where I can get that one too. I mean, that one's everywhere locally, so I'm on no rush on that one. And then I also need to get Orion Pax, or not Orion Pax, Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. And I know where I can get that one too, if it's still there. All right, so there's our bags. Got 2 bags in here. And then I'm seeing, it looks like instructions. I'm not gonna, in a card, and I'm not gonna pull those out yet until we open up the bag. Yeah, I don't know. On those Decepticons. I'm happy for the people who do like them, though. All right, first bag. It looks like we've got... What do we got here? I'm gonna cheat. Oh, it is Mirage. I should have known that. And he's got a blast effect. So that's good. It's one of the older blast effects. I wish they're doing more of the style blast effect. I'd like them to go ahead and start including those, but is what it is. All right, let's see what we got going on. So we need, there's this body. I'm thinking about start with his head. Oh, here, hold on. What am I doing? We gotta get those instructions. We have to get that silicate out. And, oh, no card. No card. Is this supposed to have a card? That's really disappointing if it's not in this bag. I'm gonna open up this bag. Hopefully it's in here. Okay, it is in here. Okay. Here's the card. And it has the nice holographic foil on it. There's that. I think I'm gonna move this light to aim it down more. That'll give me a better look at. All right, so there's the front. There's the back. Does have his name in English on here. Oh, I did, and I forgot to mention, like I do a lot of these videos, this is the foreign version, the international version. So a lot of text is going to be in Chinese, I believe. There's the instructions. So let's start getting get these hands off the sprues. Oh, really? Let's look at that flap on the box firewall. Are you talking about here or? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks like maybe a sneak peek at the next set. That's cool. Let's see. I'm hoping they do cup too. Though I guess they may not want to go too fast. Okay, so we need to put in his color separation for eyes on the faceplate. And there's a peg on there. Peg into right there. We're doing a lower peg on there. And that gives him some nice blue eyes. And then you see another hole up there, which will match this peg on his helmet. And then we got the holes to plug into these pegs for the back of his helmet. I think there'll still be movie characters, definitely. Trying to think what they haven't done. I believe they've done the Scourge, right? Okay, this is his body. We're going to plug the... Oops, not that one. Oh, we got a new articulation, of course. So we've got the neck dumbbell here that we're going to put in here. So that'll give him a double jointed neck. So cup we're missing. I'll put the head in there. Now it looks like it's sitting really high now, but I think if we get his body armor on next, we should be good. Here's the back. So I'm going to kind of seat that in there. There's a... Here. Let me work that off. There's these two slots, and then there's a couple tabs on the back to fit in there for the back. Receptor will be good. Grimlock, you're thinking, this is Firewall. Maybe Grimlock with new joints, Cup, Cyclonus, Scourge. I don't know. I feel like we got 2 Autobots in this one. I think we can get 2 Decepticons in the next one. Maybe not. There's slots here. But there's definitely not as many Decepticons for the movie as there was for the newer Autobots. I want to... I'd like a new articulation Starscream. That's what I kind of like. That's one I'd put on my list of wanting. Let's see. We need to... He's got a backpack to put on, it looks like. That's this. That looks like the kind of cockpit of his car. Car mode. Okay, so we got that in there. And it says to go ahead and put his weapon on top. I'm gonna hold his shoulder weapon for the end, I think. Okay, I need to remember how his new waist articulation was going. Okay, I see it. Okay. let's see. So we have to put that together. So we got this piece right here. And then we got this peg with this kind of tab cut into it, or slot cut into it. And then we're going to just match that tab in there to that slot. And it'll go together like this. And then we're going to put on the front and back of his waist. And there's slots to match together on each side. And then there's holes and pegs to also match to connect them like this. And then we should be able to just pop him onto here, onto the body, using that ball joint. And then he's got his improved articulation for the waist. Blaster Jazz, Astro Trek, yeah, all of those in the movie. Oh, Wreck-R, I didn't even think of, I forgot about Wreck-R. And Wheelie. I would, it'd be cool. What if they released an improved articulation Grimlock with a little wheelie, a micro wheelie figure? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, we got Gnaw and Gnaw the Sharkticon. Okay, so next we're gonna put. Oh, I didn't put his shoulders in. I actually need to take this chest plate off. This is one of the things I usually screw up on. Is putting those shoulders joints in. It's really hard to do it with those two front and back plates on. Okay, so we're doing that, and we're kind of lining these two tabs so they're facing forward as much as we can, because they're going to line up with some the two slots on the side here. These slots. Whoops. Right there. So we'll probably try and go faster on the other ones, but I'm going to explain a little bit on the first character to anybody new to Blokees Galaxy class. All right, now we got these in. So now we can kind of start putting the arms together. Let's see, we got white arms right here. And this. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. You can tell they're arms because they got this little peg right here. That, we're going to put shoulder armor on later. Where's the other one? Here it is. And so it's just going to go on like so. Ball joint's going to just go into here. I want to ask you, if Firewall says, I want to ask you if you'd be willing to try out someday to kit patch a new Starscream configuration, use parts from the newer fix. I've been thinking about something like that. I got a lot of extras from other sets, maybe not necessarily Starscream. I may do that. I've been kind of thinking like trying to do a see what the feasibility on new articulation is. And actually, you know what? We might be, if you want, we might be able to explore that a little bit, depending on how much time we got at the end of the video on one of the cone heads maybe. Because we should have one cone head who has new articulation, and then we're going to have a new one tonight with the new articulation. So I might do something with the cone heads maybe, and then if we can do it with the cone head, then we kind of know we could probably do something with the Starscream. Because the only difference is on a lot of those are the back and the legs, I guess. Okay, so that's his joints, I guess. So his arms are going to use these single joints. And we're going to put in this as his forearm. It just plugs into the hole in here. It's kind of, well, it's going to be a, all right. Whoops. Oh, is this the right part? This might not be the right part because, oh no, it's these bigger ones. I think, yeah. Okay, so I had the wrong one. That was a leg part. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm just gonna, this one fell off, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here loose. All right, put that back on. Oops. All right. Okay, that's what we got so far. We can put his shoulders on. What color's shoulders? Okay, looks like these are, so there's slots on here, and they're gonna go in like this over the pegs. I'm not sure, we're gonna have to look at that. I haven't tried it yet, so if we do it, we're gonna have this journey of discovery live. I don't know if that should be its own stream or not. We'll see. Let's see what's going on after we get the box cleared out. Okay, so this go here, and we got the other one right here. It's going to just go into this ball joint, and then we are going to. Okay, so this was the one I had mistaken for forearms earlier. And then it's got holes for the double joints for the knees. I saw them just, okay, here we go. So these are the double jointed knees. We're gonna have this flat area facing forward. Pop that in like that for both sides. All right. So then we need to put together one of the legs. So we got this piece right here. We got this piece, and we're gonna match them up. They're gonna fit together like this. Then we can, okay, so I'm gonna put this facing outside. So this is gonna be on the right leg. I'll plug that into the double jointed knee, and the double jointed knee will work. Will bend like that. So you can do, I don't know. So on the shiny ones, I mean, I think they're built fairly similar to the Galaxy, but that's the thing with trying this with the cone head, because one of our cone heads is shiny. Let's see. Is that okay? Put this. And then we need to put ball joints for the ankles. Press it in until it clicks on that. Oh, sorry. Get that on camera. Actually, it might be easier to press it in after I put the foot in. There we go. Okay, so yeah, foot goes on the end of that ball joint. And let's see, we still got some parts left. We definitely need a good guy's right-handed, so I'm going to make him his fist there, and then I'm going to give him an open palm on the other one on the left. Let's see. No, they're pretty, so far, there's no loose joints, Firewall. Fit with the old torsos. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, I think the front and back of the waist aren't gonna work because they connect differently. I think you're right on that. And actually, I don't know about the double joints. I'm not sure. We'll have to check. We'll have to check it out. Okay, so this goes here. This is a little plate that goes on his shoulder. And it looks like they're both the same, so you can just put them on either side. Oh, see, there's the tab for that, going into that slot. I'd almost recommend putting these on before you put the shoulder pads on. That's not what the instructions really said. Oh, it is exactly what the instructions say. Never mind. So don't do what I did. I mean, you could, but probably shouldn't. Okay, so this little missile thing goes into here. And then it has a place for the ball joint on his shoulder. And it swivels around. He can aim it to shoot it almost anywhere. His gun is already put together, except for the blast effect, which we can just goes over the front part of the gun. I guess this blast effect is kind of necessary for the guns with skinnier barrels. I do wish it was a different shape, though. I wish the shape was more like the other one. All right, so there is Mirage. We'll put him aside, and we can start with our next box. All right, Mirage is done. I'm going to put the instructions aside. Put them right here. Put that there. Let's see. Take out the rocket, then plug it in the blast effect. Oh, is that something that, did you see it? Did you watch did someone try that? Yeah, that works. Hold on. I bet you. Okay, so I popped the blast effect off, and yeah, okay. So the blast effect fits on the shoulder in the shoulder cannon with the missile. Good call. Nice. That's cool. Oh, I also figured out off stream, you may have noticed last week when we put together the Beast Wars Optimus Prime, we got special, and he has those shoulder cannons. Megatron's blast effect that came with the Beast Wars Megatron fits on his shoulder cannons, and so does Galaxy class alt mode Swoops blast effect also fits on there. It looks really good, actually. Swoops does, and Swoops base fits in the back of these of the Defender class. So we might show that at the end of the stream too. I have to go grab it off another desk. Now I kind of figured. I think you saw. Yeah. I figured you might have saw someone else's video on that. All right. let's see what we got here. So yeah, I'm thinking about hitting a couple Walmarts at some point and seeing if I can get an extra Galaxy Swoop if I can get lucky, so I can have an extra stand and blast effects, since it works with Defender stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, Springer. Oops. All right, bag's empty. Let's look at that card. Okay, there's his hands. That's a pretty cool color for his hands. And there is Springer's card. Put it off to the side so we can miss the light. There's the back. And then the instructions. Looks like pretty similar to Mirage. Might be a little simpler. Let's check it out. All right, first I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the sprue. And let's see, pick out the body, find the color separation for the eyes, and get his head parts out. And his faceplate. All right, let's start building. All right, so his eyes are just going to fit in here. I want to make sure that ball joint receptacle is pointing down. You can plug it into the helmet and put the front part of the helmet plugged in there, and there's that. By the way, so Firewall says, oh, by the way, don't know if you ever mentioned it on stream, but the new waist allows for drop-down hips. I think we did go over that. I think we went over that on the when we opened up 8. I think so. But yeah, here we go. Oops. It's a little bit of a drop down. Right? Let's see. Okay, let's find that neck joint. Oh, here, before I forget, and I see him now, we're gonna put these shoulder joints on. And then probably go find the neck joint. Let's see, where we got. What color is the neck joint? Okay. Oh, here it is. There we go. And just plug that in just like we did. And then put his head on. Then put his back on. Same way as the Mirage. They have the slots in the front and the back to put these on. Just like that. Whoops. Wow. Okay. There we go. One of the slots on the front wasn't quite. Let's press that in. Okay. All right. so his head can do a little wobble. No, I haven't found Firewall. I haven't found Bruticus at a reasonable price yet. You know, that might be something. My hope is, so I don't think Defenders 6 is on Blokees' American site yet. So I'm kind of hoping if they put that on their American site in the next week or two, maybe. That's just theory. That maybe let's go ahead and put the Bruticus accessory kit out at the same time, because I've noticed what they do is they have pricing on their or they do bundles for Devastator to where you could buy the 3 Defender sets or boxes with Devastator, the Devastator accessory kit. So I think it would behoove them to go ahead and release the Bruticus at the same time. So they just go ahead and set that up, and then it'll be ready for anyone who's missed sets 4 through 6. I think that should be what they do. That's what I would do if I was into making money. But we'll see. Because I remember Devastator, the American kit for Devastator, it took a while for there to be a US version. But hopefully some of the issues that was preventing Devastator from being released in the United States quickly are already cleared up for Bruticus. Because I have a feeling that just because there's a Hasbro Bruticus coming out, I don't think that's going to stop any Blokees sales. Or I don't think Blokees sales are going to prevent people from want to collect the Combaticons for the Hasbro Bruticus. I don't think that's going to stop them. I think if you want the Bruticus, you're going to get your version. If you want both, which I do, I mean, I'm going to get both. From what I understand, it was a licensing thing. I don't know for sure. Yeah, they eventually sorted it out, because the reason that was one of the reasons why it was why I got the Devastator kit from AliExpress for the kind of crazy price that I did, was because it was just so up in the air, and I was suffered from FOMO. Okay, this goes on the chest piece, but the chest piece needs to be off for me to do that. So this is gonna, there's pegs right here that this plugs into, so I think it's gonna slide in kind of like this, and then I could put the chest piece back on. And I don't think, no, the back piece is okay, there we go. So remember to put this on first before snapping the chest piece in. And then this dark green piece will plug into here. Yeah, I'm suspicious. I think that they're not going to have the problems with Bruticus that they had with Devastator, and it could just come out at the same time. And I'm kind of hoping that that will be their new product for maybe this week or the next. Because I kind of want to, if I order the, let's see, Jurassic Park 2 isn't on the site though yet either. So it's probably my best interest to wait till Jurassic Park 2 and Bruticus are both on the site at the same time because you kind of need, if you want to save on shipping, I believe they charge at least $10 for shipping. You got to get $100 order, and I could do that with Tarn. I should be able to do that with Tarn, the Jurassic Park stuff, the Bruticus kit, and I don't know. I'll have to do. I'm not doing math in my head right now. Maybe fill it out with a classic class I'm missing. It'll probably be Shockwave or Megatronus. No, it'll be Megatronus. Okay, I'm just putting these two together. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it what's kind of cheaper. Good news is the US Blokees does ship pretty fast. I mean, compared to AliExpress shipping. So we'll see. I have Spider-Man Galaxy 6 on the way. It looks like it has left China today. So hopefully maybe we'll get that before next week. And that'll be next week's thing. Otherwise, we'll be doing a classic as a fallback. Probably the Jetpack Optimus Prime Classic. I'm kind of looking at that. I've kind of been chomping at the bit looking at that on my shelf. You wouldn't think I haven't put together enough primes yet, but it takes a lot of shelf space too. So if I put it together, I'll have more space for another model or two. This week, live stream, I don't think so. I don't have any plans to live stream this week. I'm going to have guests over later this week. Look at this sword. That's pretty cool. So probably not. I'm gonna do a couple of shorts, Jurassic Park shorts. I'll show you in a second. There we go. Damn, that looks good. Man, he looks great. I do like that. Okay. Yeah. So for shorts, I'm planning on doing just a couple of mystery things. I'm going to do a kind of a what's inside short with this little egg. I've done the big version of the egg, and that short, like, it just people keep on viewing it. It's not like super crazy. It's not like going viral or anything, but I just consistently have gotten views and subscriptions from it. So I figured I'd try to do a couple other Jurassic Park mystery things just to pump some traffic through. So we'll do this, and this will be a what's inside video too. I got the hammer ready to smash this open. And those are both Walmart buys. All right, next box. Yeah, I agree with you, Firewall. Some of these some of these are looking really good, kind of exceptional. All right, remember, cut away from yourself. Did I miss someone on in the chat besides you, Firewall? I have a chat rate of 2 right now. I hope I didn't miss someone else saying something. Yeah, the portions on these, especially Galaxy class. Now, Defenders. I don't mind Defenders looking the way they do myself. Okay, so we got 3 bags with this. Is this Unicron? Or is this a Titan, maybe? Let's see what we got. I feel it. Okay. With bag feel, I'm guessing Unicron. I bet you there's a stand in here. I bet you that's why there's 3 bags. No! Oh, okay. It's, bombshell. So maybe this second bag is for Kickback. Well, here's, or not, yeah, Kickback. Here's his legs. Here's Kickback's legs. That's in this bag. Let's see what's in this other bag. We're just gonna mix everything up. Yeah, here's Kickback's wings over here. So I might have to do a little bit of separating parts before we start building. And then this should be the sprues for his fist and the card. That's exactly what this is. Well, it's not viewers, so I got so on my OBS screen, I've got concurrent viewers, which right now is you, and then I've got a chat rate, and usually the chat rate's 1 because it's usually you talking. So I don't know what a chat rate 2 meant. That's kind of why I was wondering if I missed someone. And then I have another thing that says total views. But right now, since it looks like the chat rate says 0. So I guess I just don't know what that chat rate really means. Okay, so I think what we got is the body and antenna for Kickback, which I'm going to throw over here. Looks like we got 1 wing here for him. These look like little Kickback legs. We're going to put that over here. Those are rear legs. Here's his forelegs, front legs. Another wing. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else that kind of looks like it belongs to Kickback instead of Bombshell. Oh yeah, here's his underbody. It looks like maybe need to paint that yellow or something at some point. And I think, unless this is part of it, I'll set it aside. I think that's everything for Bombshell. Those eggs. I mean, you have to break them open. I'm not sure how easy they are to break open. I was planning on doing it with a hammer just for dramatic effect. I bet you I could. I'm wondering if you could just slam it against the table to open it. Maybe I need to buy another egg, and just for scientific research. Okay, so I'm gonna put his shoulders on because. So one thing it does say to do, I noticed on the packaging, is there's an inner bubble packaging, and it wants you to crack open the egg in that bubble, because I feel like the slime might be loose in there, like not bagged. In the giant egg, which was the one that's colored more like the silver one that I opened previously on my other short, everything was bagged. There was sand that was bagged, and then the slime was bagged, and then there was like some weird gel stuff that was bagged in that one. I think I'm only getting slime and a figure, the other one, but I mean that's kind of the point of the let's see what's inside short, is to see what's inside. So we'll see whenever I get that. I was gonna try and do them to film them today, but I just I had a day off and I wanted to catch up on some shows. Okay, put that in there. And then we need the back of his head. I'm not seeing the back of his head though. Unless this is it. Is this the back of his head? Oh yeah. I think it is. It might be. Does it fit? Let's see what oh, he has a flat back on his head. Okay. There we go. I think we pop down the body. Oh, was it really? Oh, really? It was tough to break. Well, we'll see. I'll hammer. I'll do the hammer first, and I would think I'd be able to possibly judge how easy it is from. Because I'm not gonna probably beat it to death at first unless I have to. All right. There's that, and then we need to get. So there's a little. Okay. We'll figure that out in a sec. Let's put together this waist piece. Let's see about 2 of those things. Whoops. Let's see. Where are those waist plates at? I need to put them on for those two to stay together. And then I need the other one. That goes over there. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is the one with print, so this one's going on the front. There we go. Okay, so I was catching up on I watched a show on Paramount Plus called Landman. That was the season finale of that. Was today I did. It came out yesterday. Also on Paramount Plus, I was watching Starfleet Academy, which is a show that's on. It's definitely a show that's on. And HBO Max had what's that? Seventh Night show. So I watched the first episode of that. I was thinking about letting it go for a while and binging it, but I went ahead and I got curious. I'm trying to think what else I watched today. Okay, so this kind of slid into his head this way, and then you can put his shell blaster on his head like this. It's not double jointed like the toy is, and the plastic's a different color. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I might like Bombshell too much for this to be appealing to me. Let's see. Where we need his upper arms. Oh, there it is. Let's see. That. I feel like I watched more today, but now I'm kind of not remembering. Think I'm going to binge a show on Paramount called Mayor of Kingstown before I cancel Paramount Plus. And I'll cancel it for probably a year or so, maybe, until they start building up shows I want to watch. There we go. Let's see. I mean, it's gonna. We'll have to do a comparison with his. I got the rest of the Insecticons over here off camera, so we'll do some comparisons of what his alt mode looks like compared to this, because I'm kind of seeing some differences in coloring a little bit. Okay, this, I think it's going to go up. I'm going to slide over. Yeah. Okay, the shoulders are going to slide from the top on this one. All right. I think I'm going to give him just double-fisted. There's that. Then we need to start down on his legs. And plug in this over there. Put the joints into the knees. Then we got to put together his lower legs, just like this. Just do it twice. And they look symmetric, so it's not going to matter what side you put which one on. Put his ankles in. Put his foot over that. And this one, this is his toe. Whoops, I need to put that ball joint in here. Then we'll press down until both ball joints snap. And then he's got a blaster. And there we go. So it's got the usual articulation pretty much. This kind of flops from side to side because it's on a ball joint. So if you're a stickler about that, you're going to have to do some arranging on how you want it facing forward and how you want this level to his head. So it goes up and down. It spins around completely. So it doesn't behave the same way as like your Hasbro figure would. Actually, if he was in battle, that's probably better. This is actually probably works better. Yeah, he does look good. I think I would rather this be silver though. I think that's my only. I guess that's just maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I was going to show you on this. So you notice this plate right here over his head. It's purple on this. So I don't know. Maybe just paint that part purple. Would look cool. I don't know. All right, let's get to the next part of this package, which is kickback. Can I do it without the instructions? Let's see. Okay, so it looks like these simply are going to sandwich together. That's his body. So I sandwich those two together. And then this is an antenna. Looks like it's going to slot into here. Actually. Oh, hold on. I did make a mistake. I should not have sandwiched these together first. And it's going to be, let's see if I can get it split back apart without breaking anything. Yeah, he does. You're right, Firewall. He does look a little bit more proportional. I got to hold on. Well, you know what? We can check that out in a sec. Okay, so this will seat into the lower half like this ish. Hold on. So there's a peg right there. And then you should be able to fit. Oh, I think that's upside down. Okay, flip this over. Then peg. And there's slots here. I think aligning this is a little, there we go. Okay, so that yellow piece fits into the top piece like that. Then we put the bottom in, I believe. Nope, I need to take it apart again. Oh man. Because these legs will seat in, will peg in right here, it looks like. Maybe. All right, let's look at instructions. How about? How about we just do that? Which I don't think I pulled out and looked at. Okay, so in the top piece, this is right. And then these legs have tabs right here. They'll go fit right there. I believe that, yes, that's the correct positioning for the legs. Okay, so then we move to the top part, or the bottom part, and we're going to seat the lower legs into that, which it looks like they'll fit in like this. And then we can take the two pieces, make sure those bottom legs or those rear legs stay in place. Then we could kind of sandwich these two together. All right. And then these articulate. He literally kicks back. And then the antenna does not articulate. Now his wings have places for the ball joints to go in. And they do what ball joints do. They flap. They don't really, they do this a little bit, but you can't push it too forward or it'll pop out. You can spread them out like this. And that's kickback. So let's put this here and kick back over here. Yeah, I agree with you on the non-transforming. Like, if you could do action figure more action figure like things with these models and like better articulated than they do without the function. Yeah. Okay, so kickback's good. You know what? You talked about. Okay, let's check the proportions out. Give me 1 sec. One more sec. Let me see if I can find one more thing. All right. This is deluxe class bombshell from maybe a year or two ago. And you know what? He does have this kind of same color right there. So this is what the deluxe class bombshell looks like compared to the Blokees Galaxy class. Turn the kickback that came with bombshell on his back and marvel at the robot underneath. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you can see his face and his parts, kind of like what you would on the actual transformation mode. Let me run into my another storage bin real quick because I think I got one more bombshell. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So this is, I believe it was, at the time it was called Legacy Class Bombshell, or Legacy Class. Kind of like Core Class, became Core Class. So is Hasbro. This transforms as well. And so this is the old, I'm calling them Core Class. So that's that. So we got Hasbro Core Class, which was probably around the $10 price point at the time. We got our Galaxy, which depending on where you get it, let's say what, around $5 to $7 maybe, $5 to $8. And then this is our current year price. This is this would be $27 for a deluxe class, but at the time it was $24. So there is kind of our size comparisons, proportion comparisons on those three figures, just if you're curious. Yeah, I'd say, I think this might be what the size of the OG toy was, if I remember right. Maybe not. It's been a long time since I don't have the OG I had it as a kid. I don't have it anymore. But anyway, so that's that. Just if you're curious, I'm gonna put these aside and let's get to our next box. Where am I going to put these? I'll remember where they're at. Maybe right here. All right. Let's see. Another box. Box 4. Feel like we're kind of crawling on this stream, but I think that's okay. We've done a couple of side missions or side quests. This is another 3-bagger. And I think I may have accidentally looked at what it is, but let's see. I don't think Unicron. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's our special. Two weeks in a row. I just saw a part fall on the floor. Hold on, I gotta look for this part. That's our special. Let me see if I can find this part that fell on the floor real quick. I don't see it. Okay. We're gonna start putting it together, and then I'll look harder for it. Yeah, you're exactly 2 chases in a row, back to back. Now, that being said, I kind of want the regular one too, so might be hopping on eBay. I don't know. We'll see. It really has a lot of metallic silvers in there. And that's all those pieces. Let's see. Oh, look at this. So this is a transparent purple plastic, and then they painted it on the sprue. They painted the silver ones on the sprue. Very nice. Feel like I was complaining that we never get the chase or never get the rare we want, and we're kind of hitting a couple of home runs recently. Even on the Batman, I got the rare that I wanted. Look at that. That's awesome. This is great. This is awesome. I like it. I like it. We haven't even put it together yet. All right. Okay. So I'm going to put the neck. It's got a purple neck. It's not split, which I think that'd be hard for them to do. Okay. Let's see. Need to put the shoulders in. Okay, so I got a purple shoulder that I just found, and I'm going to put it over here just in case that the other one might be silver. Oh, no. Okay, so the other one is a regular color, which is that dark gray. Yeah, the Dead Prime chase. If we're gonna go for a complete 86 movie, yeah, I guess I would have to. Though he was split, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me that he was split, because he didn't get reformatted. He just kind of like turned. But yeah. Okay. So we got that together. Let's put his head together. Okay, so we got his front part that's split. His faceplate's gonna be all silver. We need his eyes. Where's his eyes at? Oh, that's not the piece that we... Okay, no. Here's his eyes. Okay. So it is a translucent purple piece with one eye painted red. So I'm going to plug that into his faceplate. Be kind of careful so it doesn't scrape that red paint off. Okay, so there's there's that. Then we'll put his front helmet on. Actually, I don't have... Is it just... Okay. I think he... Okay, so I need the back of his helmet first to do this. Look. You know, I'm hoping I just imagined that a piece fell to the floor. Okay, so there's a hole for this peg to fit in. And you want to do the back, you plug it into the back, because there's not really a good hole in the front for it to peg into, so you guys plug it in the back first, then sandwich the helmet. And let's get... So there's that. Let's see. Okay. So what we got? We need to... Where'd I put the body at? Okay, it's over here. I'm gonna pop that on there. Yeah, I think they did the best they could on that prime. I'm really curious to see what it looks like now. Okay, so I'm gonna put the front on. Are we on number 4? Yeah, we're on number 4. Then the back. Then he should have a kind of a backpack piece. Which isn't jumping out at me at the moment. Oh, is this it? I think this is it. Okay. So there's this backpack. It's pegs into there. Those 2 spots. Now, if they could have had a way to print the grid lines on here, which I imagine would be really hard to do, that would have been awesome. But I totally understand if that would have been too much of a production cost. Okay, so we got translucent purple arm piece on this side. Oh, actually, this does have a little bit of a kind of white outlines on there. So they did something. And actually, I see this lower leg has some too. Okay, so we need to put the elbow joint in here. And then we need... I should probably be going from this side to this side, building it, but oh well, I already started. Oops. Okay, so this is gray. We don't want this one in here, because we got a purple one to put in here. Let's see. Now I need a purple forearm. Okay, so this is probably going to be another short I make this week sometime, featuring this character. I did one for Optimus Primal, the special Optimus Primal. Okay, so I think we're going to do the translucent fist. And then we should have a translucent shoulder pad. Looks like it's going to slide down from the top. And it has some white print on it too, outline print on it as well. Oh, really? Didn't I say a little while ago I need to rewatch that movie and I hadn't done it yet? All right. Okay, so trying to do this a little slow because we gotta. I want to make sure we get as many. Okay, so this is red. I'm not sure why it's red compared to instead of, unless that's just a. Oh, I guess that's his color though, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be red. That makes sense now because it is on this. We're going to do a comparison with the other Megatron either now or later in the video. Okay, so got that. Okay, so he's going to have this. No, not that. Where did I put that? Okay, there's that. The gray joint here. Okay, that makes sense. The lines appear later. Okay, then we got the silver. Honestly, they didn't have to make this shiny silver. I think it would have been cool as a Rego silver, maybe. I don't know. It's cool. Actually, you know what? This shiny silver makes these dents look a lot more. I think it probably makes these dents a lot more pronounced. Okay. I'll put the other fist on here. So yeah, I think the shiny silver. Now I think about it a little better. It's more. It was a better choice. Okay, get this to slide down. All right. Now we need to do his waist. Okay, so we got this. Okay, so I got a purple piece here for his waist and another purple piece. Okay. So let's put this together. And then put this here. Flip it around, find the other one. There it is. So this one has print on it, so this will be the front, but we know it's going to be the front because the purple half has to go on a certain side. It has some nice print on it. All right. Let's see. Next we have, okay, we need to put in lower legs. Oh, okay. So these are actually kind of older style lower legs. He's not going to have the thigh cut. Oh, yeah, it does. It's already put together. Never mind. And I think that's the piece that fell down. Is the other one. I'm gonna look for that in a second. I want to finish this side. So we need to have this. Because I don't think I can not finish building this. Okay, these two together. It still does have the double jointed knees on this. Okay. Now, this is a more of a gunmetal than a silver. It's not. I mean, it's a darker silver. I don't know if I'd call it necessarily gunmetal actually, but it is. It's definitely a darker tone, and not as metallic, but does still have some metallic to it. It's not. I guess it's metallic, but not shiny, shiny. This is really bright. This is not. Actually, this is nickel. I would call this nickel almost instead of a. instead of silver or gunmetal. Yeah, I'm sticking with nickel on that. Okay, did I push this in? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, before I start on his leg, let me look for this piece again one more time. I'm going to take a step back from the desk, because I really need to find this piece now. All right, found it. All right, here it is. Yeah, once we get the planet mode, and I'm going to put that in when I do the short. I'm going to figure out a way to get him in the background, and then I have I'll see if I can somehow suspend Megatron on a turntable. There's not really any ports for him to put him on a flight stand, but I'll figure something out. Something will be figured out. Okay, so put the purple double joint in here. Yeah, I think, and it's weird. I think when you talk about new fans and stuff, and it's kind of weird how the Transformers Blokees have really taken off in the United States. I mean, Walmart's carrying them, and Walmart's not carrying like other Blokees stuff. No Minions at Walmart. There's no Sesame Street at Walmart. I'm surprised Walmart doesn't carry Defenders, actually, because those are cheaper and more of a budget price that Walmart really should be carrying, because it's kind of their thing. Okay, so that's it. And then we got his fusion cannon. We got this for the end of it. Maybe like this. Hold on. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to look at the instructions real quick on the fusion cannon. Make sure which way that end is supposed to face. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so there's a tab on here too that you need to line up with the slot on the hole. I believe that's what it was like on the original Megatron as well. All right, so we're going to put that on his forearm. Looking good, looking good. Now he comes with a weapon besides his fusion cannon. He comes with a translucent Energon sword, which has this here. And it's on the side, it's kind of got some etching into it, like it's cracked. And then on this side, oh, it's also got some cracks in it. Okay, so there's like some etching in here in the blade to like it's kind of destroyed. So I'm thinking they probably, since it's on the crack side, I almost feel like it should be on this side if he's carrying it. Now, he didn't carry, I don't think he carried his Energon sword when he was reformatted, but it's here if you want it. And then we got the two extra open palms. Yeah, this is a really good figure. And you can, with the waist articulation, he can really be kind of just like floating dead in space like this. Kind of limp. Okay. It comes with the standard version too, which it should because of the movie. I wonder if the standard version has these. I wonder if these aren't really cracks, but more just kind of supposed to be energy effect. Need to get a hold of a standard version somehow, I guess, to find out. Yeah, this one's really great. This is a great figure. Nifty, nifty. Okay, I'm going to put it back here for now. Oh, we could look at it. If you're curious, let's zoom out just a little bit. This is the original Galaxy Megatron compared to the new one. Obviously, he doesn't have the... Looks like the cannon is more detailed on the new one, and it's actually a little bigger. It's got some like ribbing up here, whatever, and down here. So it's got a lot more detail than the original cannon had. Of course, we got our improved articulation, and our proportions are way different too. Yeah, so they've streamlined the proportions. Yeah, I need to get now. I need to replace this with the standard version of this. Blokees is making us buy new Transformers, new versions of other Transformers. All right, let's get to box number. Well, we're only 5 in, and I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Am I gonna get? Am I even gonna get dinner tonight? Let me. I hear you. Let's see. Okay, so there's the old Megatron right there. There's his waist. So this has a ball joint, and this waist has a large peg. So that doesn't fit at all. The old legs fit. Oh boy, that's tough to get out. Okay, this isn't pulling out. I don't want to mess with it too much, honestly, for this experiment. I was going to see if the double joint was going to work well with this, but I don't want to. This isn't the figure to mess with that. Do that experiment with. But yeah, so there's our waist, kind of our waist dilemma. Yeah, but maybe on a different figure, we work with the joints or work with the joints. Maybe at a later date, someday when I maybe I'll end up getting extras if I try to pull a regular Megatron. Okay, this needs to go in here. Put Megatron back together. But yeah, the waist. So the waist is kind of a blocker, unless you're using the torso, which this one is split colored, so it's going to look a little goofy in there. It all depends on if you can find a torso that matches a new torso that matches the color of your old figure that doesn't bother you. So that's kind of a couple of things you're going to need. And I mean, at this point, the figures are so much more streamlined. I don't know. It might just be better just to have a whole new figure. Maybe. Depends on how you feel about it. All right, what do we got? Okay, we got Dirge, or it's Dirge. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get the card. I think this is not Ramjet. We've already done Ramjet. Hold on. I'll know in a second. Oh, nope, no, this one. He's got a lot of parts. Card should be in here. Thrust. Okay. This is Thrust. Dirge is the blue one. Okay. All right. There's that. Yeah, Firewall you knew. There we go with the instructions. Put that aside. Let's get this one together. All right, so a lot more parts with this one. The funny thing about getting getting excited about new Seeker parts, everybody's excited about that Studio Series Thundercracker. Because of the new Seeker model for that. I saw one at Walmart a couple weeks ago. I wanted to get it, but man, $44 versus the old price of $36 is... I balked at that. I was looking at the size of the figure and everything, and I go, it may be cool, but I don't know if this is a $44 figure. They're going to have to figure out their pricing, I think. By the way, instructions have a little bio section where they tell you what the specific... Oh, do they? Is that this part? Because it's in Chinese. I'm assuming that's this. Okay, this head will slot up into the cone after you put the color separation in. Okay, I need to find, where's its body at? Oh, here we go. All right, so we need his neck. Here we go. And then we'll put his shoulders in. Put his head on. This light's really bugging me. I keep on hitting it. I'm gonna move it aside a little bit. Actually, I feel like I should zoom in a little bit more. There we go. I think I zoomed out. I didn't zoom back in after looking at that Megatron, did I? All right, so got a lot of parts here. Let's stick to the basics first and get our fundamentals set up, like the waist. And stuff. Yeah, and that's what sucks is that about the new pricing is, especially I was really kind of wanting to do a build it Bruticus, but man, there's 2 Voyagers and for his legs. That's a hit. He's making Devastator look cheap. And I built Devastator. It's good. I like it. And I'm kind of wondering if Bruticus is going to be as good as Devastator, because it's using a skeleton that Superion and Minosaur have used. And I don't know if I'm sold on that skeleton concept for Hasbro's combiners. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I think we'll be safe. I'm going ahead and putting the front and back on. If I can find the front. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure. No, that can't be right. Well, it can be right, but let me make sure I'm not messing myself up if I put that on first. I think I'll be good. You know what? I haven't looked at them yet. The snap ships. Probably need to. Hold on a sec. All right. I got my notepad. I got my pen. This will go back at my work desk. All right. And now, if I don't look these up next time, I may just be an asshole. So I'm going to put these by my desk and I'll look these up probably tomorrow. All right. Sticky notes at my desk. Snap ships. I'll be looking at it. All right. Let's see. I really don't think you can pull off the combiners at retail price without using the. I mean, they were able to with Devastator, but I guess Devastator's kind of a different beast. Since he has 6 Constructicons versus 5 of that everyone else has, bots that everybody else has. Yeah, I'll check it out. Definitely. You're welcome, Firewall. I'll check it out. Sometimes if I just don't write crap down, I've actually never looked back on these uploads to see if the chats even carries over to the uploaded video. feel like that's something I should know, but I don't. Okay, come on. Okay, let's flip this around and see if this plugs in better. Wow, this one doesn't want to plug in. Oh, because it's a single joint for the elbow. Okay, so that's the thing. You cannot plug the single joints into here, which is a good thing because it makes you not make errors, or makes it harder to make an error. Okay, so this, I'm gonna put this on the outside of the body. Okay, I think I saw somewhere that if you had to edit edit it after or something, like say I was sharing a screen or something and accidentally shared something that YouTube didn't like. I think if you have to edit videos out for copyright or something like that, I think you lose the chat then, I think, but other than that, okay. Sounds like it will carry over. I should probably check that out. Because I haven't had any live streams I've had to edit for copyright. Let's see. Okay, so that's his lower body. Let's start building his arms. Then we'll have to get into his wings, his back. Yeah, luckily we won't have that problem. All my music's any music I use is AI generated. So I tried using music service at one time, but on my shorts they liked to go ahead and copyright me, even though I was paying for their service, so I'd have to fight it, and I'd win, but it's just not worth my time to go through have to fight every stream, because it takes a 30-day waiting period for them to respond, and it's just not, it wasn't worth it. So I was like, fine, well, we'll just create some AI songs and be done with it. Okay, so putting this little short dumbbell into here. And then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Right into there. Okay, so this painted part is going to end up facing front. So I'm plugging this other end of the dumbbell into this larger hole right there. I'm going to do that same thing with this side. Okay, so there's that. Then he has this is interesting. Okay, let me think how this is going. Let's put his shoulders on. They're going to slide down over those pegs. I'm kind of all over the place on this one. Yeah, I know. I mean, it is what it is. If on the AI stuff. It's just, I mean, I'm not a musician, so if I want to add music, that's my best option. Apparently, if other people, if I mean, like, I was paying for the service, and if they weren't going to honor their claims or their side to not copyright me, to whitelist my page like they said they would, we'd be in a different place. But it's their choice, and I'm not gonna kind of run through every service to figure out which one might be the honest one. Because actually, I found this one through a channel I kind of liked and thought knew what they were doing and stuff. And okay, so I put these red panels in here for color separation in the back. Let's see, what else do I need to do? Did I miss a step? I think I missed a step. These panels, for some reason, are supposed to go in the front and back under this plate, but I don't know. I'm not sure what the reason is, because it went together fine. And then I got this. These go in the leg. Now they're supposed to peg in, but I don't see a hole for the peg. Let me flip the instructions around. Oh, it's supposed to peg in before I put the legs together. Okay, so I'm going to take the legs apart. Okay, so there's a hole right there. And this fin is supposed to go there. So I'm going to plug that into here. Like that, and then I'm going to put it back on. Like that. All right, there's that. And I guess we're going to pop this open. The chest and back open just to see why I'm supposed to. Okay, so this goes. It's on the other side of. Okay, so this goes up like this, I guess. So that's plugs in right there. And then, oh no, that's the front. Okay. Okay, so this is actually supposed to go on the front, covering up the Decepticon symbol, I guess. Still not quite understanding why these pieces are important. So that's that. Let's put this in here. I mean, they're completely covered up. Okay, I don't know why those pieces are there, but it's now incorrect. Oh, no, I understand. No, I understand you're not judging me, Firewall. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's just, and it's going to be a fact of life. I kind of. It's nice to kind of get some learning some of the ins and out of it, because I feel like at some point, somehow I'm gonna have to deal with it at work too. So I'd rather be the one who knows something about it than one of my coworkers that may not. All right, that is thrust, and now we're on number 6, right? All right, number 6. Plus, it's going to help me a little bit with some graphics on this channel that I'm not as expertitious on. So I'm just playing with it. All right, 2 things. Jetfire, Unicron, Triptychon, and there's something else. Because we have this is box number 6, so we have a 4th one, which is going to be, let's see, you say Jetfire, Unicron, Triptychon. There's one more we're missing, which is, I'm looking at the box, RC, which I feel like this is so small. It doesn't feel like there's a lot. I wonder if this is going to be RC, actually. Yep. Look at that. It just didn't feel like it was very bulky in that bag. Plus, this is really thin, so she must not have the same hands. It feels like there may be only a card in this bag. Yep, there's just a card in this bag. No sprues for hands. So there's RC. All right, so she's going to be obviously probably a little different-ish, since she's going to be more of a lightweight figure. Here's the instructions. Let's see what we got going. All right, let's start with the head, since it looks like the head is going to be about the same. Let's see, here's the faceplate. We need, okay, here's the eye separation. No, she's got the new hands. Or at least she's got these smaller hands that are not on a sprue. So she doesn't have she's got a lot of little parts. Look at this. She's going to have, looks like she may have 2 segments for her weight, for her upper body. And then okay, this is the back of her helmet. So I'm going to plug that into here. Now I've got to find the front of her helmet. All right, there's her head. Let's see, we need to set up her torso. Okay, so we got this piece, which looks like might be kind of her lower waist. And it looks like there's some, okay, that's not it. Okay, this right here. Okay, so it looks like, I'm trying to figure out how this, okay, so flip it. This is, no, this is the right piece, I'm assuming. Okay, so this goes here. Is there a I feel like I'm missing a step somewhere. Yep, okay. So this dumbbell goes right there, and then this plugs in right that, and then we can start putting our back and chest pieces on. I don't think, okay, it looks like, oh, that's kind of hilarious. That's our front. And this is our back. All right, let me get these together lined up correctly. Okay. So that's what she looks like without her chest armor on. Let's see. This back plate goes on, I think, like this. Let me see. Yeah. Goes there. Then this will go on a hinge. Like that. Then the other side. Goes like that. Then this is her front chest piece. There's that. Now, for all that, there's not really ab crunch right here. But she does look a lot leaner. Okay, so here is, I believe this is, so in fact, she's got more of an old style waist. Because it has that large plug instead of the ball joint. So she is not going to I don't think she's going to, doesn't look like she's having the ab crunch. And she has cheeks. That is obviously the back. And then here's the front. All right. There's one side of her arm. Where's the other? There's that. And now I'm kind of curious on how the classic RC is going to go. Okay, so I need to, where are, I don't even see. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so instead of the regular joints, we got these. And these were, we first saw these joints, these styles, with the Mandalorian set, Star Wars set. So we got those right there, and then we need to, I think this flips around because there's a little slot back, and then this will slide into this little slot right here. There we go. Oh, actually, that is backwards, I think. Okay. Okay, so like this. Okay, so I need to do that on the other side as well. So this is going together more like a some of the Mandalorian figures. Whoops. Crap. That flew off. Where we go? There we go. Didn't fly too far. Yeah, I can check that. The torso. Yeah, just give me a sec. Let me So yeah, it's pressed in there. I can pull the waist out, but this isn't moving. Okay, put the hands on in. And then we need some legs. Okay, so it looks like we're keeping the thigh cut. On the legs. Though it's tight. It's really tight on this one. Okay, this side, it's not as tight. This, okay. It could loosen up a little bit. Okay, what's next? Okay. So we got this piece. Again, this is kind of familiar with the Mandalorian style. Looks like this is gonna. Okay, I think I'm gonna put it in like this. This one is not. Okay, it looks like that's in. I wouldn't call this one a super easy build. Or this is more this one's, I think, I'd call this one a little challenging as far as how things fit together. Okay, there's that. Then this goes on this side. Whoops, we get on camera better. And then she's got her little kneecaps. All right. Eventually you get a leg done and then put a foot on. All right, let's get this other one done. It's really these joint pieces are kind of the hassle. And that just fell off completely. That's fine. We'll get back on in a sec. Okay, is this the same as Elita 1 as well? I haven't put that set together, so And yeah, that set probably came that set came out before the Mandalorian set. So yeah, that would be the origin of it then. This is on backwards. Okay, I'll split that apart. Let's take this off. We need to split this leg in half. Get this out of the joint and flip it around. Put this on. Okay, that looks better. And that fell off again. I don't know if I'm loving this figure. I don't know. It looks fine. It looks good. Okay, let's put the other foot on. And then we got our blaster. All right, there is RC. Okay, you know what? There's a very little movement right there. Then she's got that waist movement right there. The knee is double jointed. The arm is not. Then she's got the ball joints on the ankles and stuff. All right, so there's RC. Let's move on. I want to move on. And she just fell over. All right. Box number 7. We're getting towards the end-ish. Let's see. I feel like I got that very well. Okay. There we go. Whoops, that fell out. Oh, I know the figure. Did you catch it? The instructions kind of flew out of the box. All right. Slow down. No dinner for me tonight. All right. What time is it? Oh no. All right. We're getting through this. Let's see what we got here. So this is Jetfire, in case you didn't notice. There's the card, and then we got an additional parts bag here. I'm kind of interested to see what size he is compared to the others. I don't remember Ultra Magnus being especially large. So I feel like maybe this might be about the same. Whoops. Oh, you think so? Let's see what he looks like. Firewall thinks that Jetfire is going to be his favorite. So far, I'm finding it hard to beat the Megatron. But let's see. All right. Okay. Shoulders. Here's the headpiece. Here's the headpiece. Here's the eyes. Let's see, I need the back of the head somewhere. there's a shoulder piece. Let's put the shoulder pieces aside. And there's the neck. I'll leave that a little bit. Where's the back of the head, though? Here it is. This is it. This is it. Okay. So, got the face plate. Then put the eyes in. Whoops. How are these going? They're going in this way. Okay. Okay, got the eyes in. Then we can go ahead, and there is a peg, that big peg in the center. We'll plug into the front of the face. Then we got 4 pegs to plug into the back of the helmet. And there is that. You know what we need for this? We need an alternate head for Jetfire. We need his Gundam style head. Right? Is that what it's from? I'm not sure. Okay, neck. He needs an alternate head. We didn't get that. Because I don't see any alternate head pieces in here, and I'm not seeing it. Did I look at the instructions? Actually, I think I threw that box over here, and I don't think I even touched the instructions. I lost the box. Oh, here's the instructions. Okay. All right. So there's the instructions. Kind of looks like there might be only one head. So, like I said, I don't see parts for the head. Okay, Macross. Is it Macross? Is that how it's pronounced? I knew it wasn't. It was stemming from something other than Transformers originally. Okay, that. We got a lot of parts here. I'm probably gonna have to look at the instructions on this one for stuff. Okay, we can start his waist, it looks like. Yeah, put that there. That there. Then we need these pieces. Okay, that has paint on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the front. And where's the back piece? Here's the back piece. No paint, so that'll go in the rear. There's that. There's a leg. I'll put that there. There's an arm. Just put that there. I'm just gonna randomly grab pieces, I think. Let's see. Put that there. What else we got? What's that look like? That looks like that goes right here. We'll see how bad I can mess this up. Just grabbing pieces and putting them wherever I feel like it. Macross. Okay, I got it. Looking really good so far. Let's see. I need. I should have had my shockwaves standing by, because I think if I remember right, Oh, and the Constructicons. And the Shockwave and the Constructicons built Jetfire in the comic books, if I remember right. Then he got his spark from Optimus Prime later. Let's see. Yeah, probably not. It's just me. I don't know. Feel like extra head be cool. All right. So far, we got that. Put this in here. This other side. Feet. Okay, shoulder. Does it have an Autobot symbol? Nope. Okay, so this is going to go down over here. And get to the point where we're just going to need certain parts. All right, you know what I haven't done in this video yet is do that like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. So for anyone who's here and might be coming by later, watching this video afterwards, sure would appreciate it. Really helps me out a lot to get the videos out there. All right. There we go. We got the... Okay, so now we're going to need to start doing his chest and back. This looks like the front to me. Does it fit? Yeah. Okay, so that looks like the front to me. And sure does look like this will look good here. Yeah. So these two pegs will slide into like some slots right here. So it looks like that has a hinge on it. And then we got this color separation right here for his cockpit canopy. Flip around. This looks like a good back piece. And then we got this red piece. I think it's going to go like this, but there's these two other holes here. So I think now I maybe should be a little careful to make sure I'm doing this back correctly. All right. So what I need to do is these wings, looks like they need to go right here, maybe. Right here. Okay. No. Okay. So, okay. So the red is supposed to face this way. And this one in the slot with the slot goes first. Then this has a peg that goes into the slot. And then pegs into this side. So they'll have a opening function like that. Okay, so these are on. Then this thruster slides into here. I'll check his. I'll check that. I'll take his head off and see what is, because I think that might be an alternate form for this. Okay, now I'll plug this on back here. And I got 2 more pieces. Oh, for his legs. Okay. So I got these 2 red pieces for the sides of his legs. Going like that. Because isn't that supposed to be an alternate mode where he's like, where his nose is kind of sticking out? Oh, that goes this way. Okay, so there's, on these sides, there's, they do go on a certain way. So there's a way where they go upside down. All right. So taking his head off. And then flipping, and not really. It kind of pops off the hinge. It'll do that. It'll go about that far before there's resistance. Instructions don't really have any information about alternate mode. But I'm betting there's a video by someone out there about it. Because I feel like the Defenders version was like that, to where you could kind of misshape it. All right, there's this blaster. And there is Jetfire. Let's see. Garwalk, yeah, that's it. Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll look at the end of the video. He does look like he's a little taller. When I readjust the video or the camera at the end, we'll do a little height comparison of him and some of the others. But he does look like he's slightly, maybe slightly. You know what? Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's kind of hard to tell. I will say he's not significantly taller than Springer. Not the way that I would say would be comic book accurate, or even toy accurate, or any kind of accuracy, but how large Jetfire should be. Okay. I think this one's Unicron. I haven't seen the instructions yet. I haven't seen any spoilers yet. But there's a lot of stuff in this bag. And what we got, Unicron and who else? Oh, Trypticon. Oh, actually, you know what? Both could be bulky. Okay, so I got 3 bags. So neither one of them is going to have fist. So this is the card. I'm going to put it aside. We're not opening that yet. So let's see. Looks like, you know what? That is Trypticon. I forgot that we had 2 big ones left. And I had a piece fly out. Just give me a sec. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Where'd it go? Yep, there it is. Like I lost one of his claws flew out. Okay, Trypticon. Let's look at the card. And there's the Trypticon card. There's the back. Instructions. All right. Let's see what we got. Actually, let's pull back. Let's, I threw the instructions in the pile, and that's not a good choice. We're gonna need to look at this, check these out. Okay. Here's his main body. I think we need that first. Then we got this really long yellow dumbbell to plug into there. Like that. Okay. Looks like we can go ahead and plug it into one of the side. I think it needs to be the other side. Okay. So this ball joint's going to go into here. And we're going to put this aside for a second and start the tail, I believe. Hey, Glenda. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Okay, Firewall says, by the way, are you getting any Blokees Pokemon? I think I'm going to have to wait till those come to America. Those are pricey. The problem is, I'm not sure what I'm getting at the price point on those, especially when we did that, was it Katsukin Miku figure? I have a feeling that there may be a Pokemon tax or an anime tax with those Pokemon Blokees. So I'm not sure about those right now. Primus and Unicron figures. I think so. I think we need them, and I think we could use those. I think we need those in the action line. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Glenda, on that. They would be. I think they'd be pretty cool as part of the action set. What the hell am I doing here? Okay, so I got the tail, and it has a part that's supposed to pop. Okay. Yeah, some of the scaling Firewall is I mean, definitely these Titans aren't as big as they should be. The Galaxy class Titans. And honestly, even if they were action class, they wouldn't be super in scale, would they? What I want to do is, I think a lot of these Galaxy class figures scale really good with the Studio Series Devastator. So what I'd like to do is I want to get a hold of a Hasbro Titan class Scorponok. And I think these would scale great with that figure because it's about 2 feet tall. So that is my plan, is to get a hold of the Scorponok. Now I know you'd probably prefer Trypticon, but I'm not a $200 Trypticon fan. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the piece that goes on the tail. It's not very well fitting. And instructions are kind of unclear on where this plugs in. I feel maybe it's here. No. Okay, I'm a little confused on this one so far. Let's go back to some other parts. Let's start with let's start with the head. See if I can put together the head competently. Let's see. Okay, so this looks like a lower jaw. This is some sort of color separation. It looks like there's two halves of the head. Okay, here it is. Here's one half. There's one half of the head. There's this lower jaw. Where's the other half? Okay, here's the other half of the head. Okay. So we got this piece, yellow piece right here. And okay, here is the right side of the head. Okay, so I am going to... Okay, so you got two pegs and two holes right here, so put those there. Like that. That's some good separation there. Then we got this purple piece. That's gonna peg, looks like into there. Whoops. Okay, like that. Then it looks like we could put the other side of the head on. Make a little Triptychon head sandwich. Like that. Then we can snap the lower jaw in. There's a kind of a slot right there. And it hinges really, whoops. Okay, now it's in. So it's got jaw articulation. There's our blast effect port. We don't have a blast effect that came with this, so I will have to swap one. Do I have... Okay, when we get this built, I'll have to go grab a blast effect from somewhere. We'll go back to my back desk and grab the one off of my Beast Wars figure. Okay, so this. Okay, so that's his arm. That's one of his arms. Here's his other arm. I think it needs, we flip it over like that to be on the other side. Let's see. I need to build a leg. Okay, so we got a couple of feet here. Right there. Let's put that head aside. Put the arms aside. Find. Okay, so this is not a foot, is it? There's this lower part. It has a Decepticon symbol printed on it. But it looks like it's possibly the lower leg, which is an interesting place to put a Decepticon symbol. Okay, so here is the upper thigh. It looks like it's going to plug into here. And it does. And it has a stiff bend. So I'm going to put this on the outside. Okay, like that. And actually, that according to instructions, that's not correct. Looks like it goes on the inside. So we'll do that then. We'll put it together per the instructions. There's this. Those two will go together. And then this will go here. Yep. Yeah, I think the thing with YouTube Firewall is your chat is about 20 seconds. There's a 20-second delay from when you send the chat and it gets to me, and I just figured that out right before I received your message. I'm paying attention, but there was a chat delay on that one. But yeah, we got it now. Okay, so this is his backpack. I'm gonna put these pieces on here. And then this snaps into here. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so this is probably gonna be put on it towards the end. Okay, so now I need to figure out this tail situation. Okay. So, got this, and we got the tail, and I think this slides up into here, it looks like. It doesn't necessarily snap in or anything, it's very loose. Okay, so that is... I feel like we need this side. Okay, maybe the tail plugs into here. That doesn't... Like this. Okay, that fits. And then we sandwich this. Or no, not yet. We gotta put this door on. So I think it's gonna fit right here, maybe. Oh no, the purple side is. Does this have to be put on first? Okay, I think this does have to be put on. This is kind of a... Okay, hold on. Okay. So this is gonna be a little... It feels like this is gonna be a little tricky on getting these sandwiched together. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so this snaps on like this. Okay. And then I feel like I could just put this together first and then worry about putting that door on. Okay. So there's that. Tail is super loose. Okay. And then, yeah, that snaps there. And then it opens up. And let's go ahead. I think this will probably just fit in there. It looks like this is just fit in loose in here. Oh, okay. So his arms kind of lock in between two tabs in there. Okay, so that's in there. And then his backpack goes on like this. And we gotta put ball joints in for his arms and legs. There we go. I'm kind of pressing them in off screen because it's easier to press it down on the table. Okay, those are all pressed in like that. Oh, okay. Kind of like what we're doing with Trypticon for Pretenders. Let's put these on first. Arm. Arm. Leg. There we go, leg. And then head. And then there is Trypticon. He is a unicorn. All right, I'm gonna put Trypticon aside for now. We're gonna start with Unicron. Then we'll just look at we'll adjust the camera for a head-on view and look at what our set looks like. And I'm gonna start dinner. Guys, I got a ribeye steak in the fridge, and I'm having that tonight. So I need to get this going. No, he's cool. I like the figure. It looks really good. Trypticon looks really good, Firewall. But I can't wait for Scorpionox. Okay, so we know this is Unicron, right? So we're not doing a big. This is not a huge spoiler. Here's the instructions. And we'll open up the card. Okay, so in with the card is a stand, which we'll put together. Actually, I imagine that's how it goes together. So there's a stand. And then here's the card in there. Looks really good. This is a good art card. It says Unicron Planet. And there's the back, no faction symbol. I'm not sure what this says. But obviously non-aligned. His card is a different color than the rest of the cards. The rest of the cards have this bluish purple color. Unicron has this red color. So he did a little bit different from him. Oh, his cannons aren't all the way plugged in? Oh, yeah, on this side. There we go. And then it flips. And bang bangs. I wonder... Hold on. Oh, look. So that, this style of blast effect fits on Trypticon. So I'll need to find some more of those, because it looks like if I was to use a blast effect, that blast effect, I'd rather use it on on Trypticon than some of these other figures, honestly. Okay, looks like we got all the pieces. All right. I think this one, okay, so got this piece right here. Looks like it's to be oriented this way. Then we take his... Okay, make sure it gets some stuff separated here. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side just for a second. While we put together... Looks like these are his pinchers. And they got two parts to them. Let me find... Okay. So this little piece fits right here. Oh, no, you're fine. You're good. This is this stream. So this set has a lot more involved builds than previous sets. I think a lot of it has to do with there's more variety of models, and there's just more to do with the new articulation. So that's all good. Okay, so okay, this goes up here, right? Okay. Make sure I got the right one in the right. I think I do. Yeah, looks like looks like that's the side each one belongs on. Okay, so 2, 3. Oh, I didn't put a piece in. Okay, take those off for a sec. Okay, because there's a little piece that goes inside here. I think it might, oh, it's this. And I bet you that helps control, is it this? I bet you it helps control with the pinchers, how the pinchers function. So let's slide it in. Let's see which way it goes. This way. All right. Well, it's not fitting quite right, it feels like. Does it go in this way? Okay, maybe that's it. Okay. Let me see. I think that's it. Okay, so then this goes right here. Is this okay? So there we go. Okay, so this peg right here will kind of go into this cylinder like that, and then that peg goes, there's a peg that goes into the hole there, and that is this piece that I put in early, just before this, gives kind of a springiness to the mandibles, right? It makes it a little springy. Okay, and then we need to take this piece and put that. Okay, so there's 3 holes here, and then there's these diagonal holes right there. Whoops. And hopefully this will get everything locked into place on the front, so we aren't getting too fiddly throughout the process. All right. So let's see if I can get this. Ah! Okay. So this part seems to be a little fiddly on far as getting everything together. Okay. Try this again. Everything lined up. All right, got the holes lined up, and then press it in. I think got it. All right, I think we got that part done. And then the back, there's a back plate that goes back here. And so one of these pegs on the back has a tab. So you want to match it to the hole that has a tab on it or a slot on it. And then press that into there. All right, there's that. And then we're going to put this aside for a second. And we're going to build another piece. Okay, so this faces this way. And we have let's see. Okay, so I think this goes like this. Into there. And then we got a larger piece with a similar, nope, that's not it. But it looks like it. Unless I have this. Let me see. Oh, okay, it just goes, okay, I need to flip it like this. All right, so we got that set up like this. And then I need to build the other side the same way. I think that's this piece. No, it's this piece right here. Okay. And each side, this side's going to have this slot pointed this way. And the other side's going to be pointed to the right on that previous piece. So, let's see. Where's that larger piece I need? Okay, here's the smaller piece. We'll start with that. Okay, so facing this way, this goes in like this. And then I need that other piece. Oh, here it is. This will go in like this. All right. Then we go back to this piece. It looks like everything's kind of symmetrical at this point. So we got this piece right here, our remaining last orange piece. And it looks like it's just going to plug in right back here. Then we're going to flip it around. And we're going to plug in this on the one side, one of these previous pieces we've made. Let's see if we can get it lined up. Okay. Just like that. And then this will fit into here. Like that. Slide that back. We'll flip over the instructions. Okay, so now we're going to flip it back to where this side's facing towards me. And we've got 4 of these. I think they're identical. I guess we'll see. Okay. So I'm going to put it on to where this cutout here is going to line up with this. It just makes sense. I'm going to peg it in, those 2 pegs. Oh, okay. Okay, so this has a tab on one of the pegs. So find a piece with that. And then orientate the cutout to where I was going to with the other one. Put that there. Then this piece, I'm going to orientate it to where the tab, and then there's that. Okay, so that fits in like that. Then we'll do the top, which Doesn't have any pieces with any tabs or anything, so I'm just going to place them to how they'll fit. They'll just peg in. This cutout lines up with this orange piece. This cutout lines up with this deeply recessed hole. And then just put the other one there. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Now we just need to put in all the other little kind of gribblies in. So, see what we got going on here. Okay, looks like this piece will plug into this kind of slot hole. Just plug it in there. Then I can go back on the other side. Should be able to do the same thing. All right, so got this going on so far. Then I need to find, okay, so this piece has this kind of long peg. I'm gonna put it in here, I think. Oh, I got two of these pieces. Okay. Okay, so, and there's two. Okay, so that plugs in like that. Then I take the other one and plug it in here. Then you might have to kind of wiggle it a little bit so it goes into that little peg holder inside that we saw. Okay, now I think we're just going to start completing the ring around Unicron by taking this peg into this hole and then connecting connected it over here. So just press it in, and we're just going to go around the rest of the ring doing that. Hey, Unicron, I choose you. That's funny. Firewall. We got a Unicron ball. But I think Unicron would be a dark type, not an electric type, to be honest. All right. And there we go. So that's Unicron there. And then we have this piece for the stand that goes right here. Then we got this, which plugs into Unicron's butthole. And let's go ahead and reorientate let's move the camera around so we can see a head-on of the figures. Get everything tightened up on the camera arm here. All right, so we got our Jetfire, dark flying. Yeah, Unicron can be a dark flying. Okay, I'm going to put him over here for a little bit. Okay, so Trypticon. So here's what we got in the set. We got Jetfire, Mirage, Springer, Trypticon, Bombshell. We got Kickback back here. And then here's the Bombshell from the other set, previous set. We've got RC. Who doesn't really want to stand up that well. We've got Unicron. We got Thrust. And then we got our special Megatron. Let's do the light a little better. So that's our figures. Now let's look at some sets we've completed. We got from previous set, we have Metroplex to combat our Trypticon. Let me grab that blast effect. So I've had this blast effect on my Defender's special Optimus Primal. This was Swoop's blast effect. So I think I would say, so Firewall asked if this is the best. Okay, that blast effect, Swoops from Galaxy class Swoops blast effect fits really good in Trypticon, if you like that look. I don't think I have Beast Wars Megatron's blast effect handy right now. I probably should have. I just don't. Sorry. But that one would also fit in here. And I think Galaxy class does, if flamethrowing Stormtrooper, that would fit in here too, if you wanted to use that one. Would I call this the best Galaxy so far? Yeah, I have to look back on Set 9. Set 9 had Optimus Prime. I'd say, yeah, this one might have the edge. Yeah, I think this one might have the edge over Set 8. This one's good. And you could pose Trypticon to kind of lead in a little bit if you want that. And his tail goes up and down. So there's Trypticon, Metroplex. That's a good pairing from new and old figure. We already compared Megatron and Megatron. But we also completed our Insecticon team. So we got Bombshell, and then we got the other two from previous sets. And then we've also completed our cone heads. Here's our old cone heads. One is a Galaxy and one is shiny or shining. And then there's our thrust we got. So there's our complete team of cone heads. The only issue I have with this team is the shiny has a silvery paint. It doesn't go with the other two, really. He's a little too special. So I kind of hope they re-release him. As I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Shining figures as compared to the Galaxy class. I'd rather just have a Galaxy class and leave the light up features and all that to for the classic class and the action class. Okay, so we also got, now we have 2 forms of Unicron. Have fun, Firewall. I think I'm done for the night too. So in fact, let's go ahead and end the video now. I appreciate everyone who stuck it this far. We got a really good set. We got our special Megatron, which was a really nice pull. All in all, this set's really good. Definitely top tier. Recommend Galaxy 8 and 9. Can't wait for 10 to see what we're going to get. But hopefully next week we'll do Spider-Man Galaxy 6, which is another great kind of set that Blokees has going. We're going to get that from another foreign set. But hopefully you had fun. I certainly did. Until next time, have fun.